Have you ever wondered why the Philippines must prepare for war if China invades Taiwan? This is not just an idle question. Geopolitics is a complex game of power, influence, and strategic maneuvering that plays out on the world stage every day. Nations act like players on a global chessboard, each one making moves to secure their interests, protect their sovereignty, and maintain their influence. The ripples created by their actions can have profound consequences. If you've ever thrown a pebble into a still pond, you understand this concept. Each decision or action taken by one country can have far-reaching implications, affecting nations far from the epicenter. Now let's focus on the ongoing situation between China and Taiwan. China, a global powerhouse, has long claimed sovereignty over Taiwan, a claim Taiwan vigorously denies. This friction has led to a tense standoff, a chess game that's been in stalemate for decades. But what if China decided to invade Taiwan? Such a move would unquestionably shock waves across the globe. This situation wouldn't just be about Taiwan or China anymore, it would become a global concern. Why? Because our world is interconnected, our economies are intertwined, alliances have been formed, and strategic interests overlap. A move on the geopolitical chessboard in East Asia could affect nations in Southeast Asia, Europe, the Americas, and beyond, including the beautiful archipelago of the Philippines, with its own distinct culture, strategic interests, and geopolitical concerns. The tension in the Taiwan Strait could have serious repercussions for this pearl of the Orient. And that's what we're going to explore next. We'll delve deep into how a potential conflict between China and Taiwan could affect a country like the Philippines. Remember, in the game of geopolitics, no move is without consequence. So stay tuned as we unravel this geopolitical conundrum together. And don't forget to for more amazing content. Keep wondering. The Philippines, a vibrant archipelago in Southeast Asia, is known for its rich culture, biodiversity, and strategic location. Nestled in the western Pacific Ocean, it serves as a vital link between the East and the West. It's not just a tropical paradise with over 7,000 islands. It's a significant player in the world's economic and political landscape. Historically, the Philippines has been a melting pot of Eastern and Western influences, thanks to its deep-rooted connections with both China and the United States. Its economic importance cannot be understated, boasting a booming economy, thriving industries, and a young, dynamic workforce. Geopolitically, it's a key ally of the United States in the Asia-Pacific region, while also maintaining a delicate balance with its giant neighbor, China. Its strategic position in the South China Sea makes it a critical player in any regional power dynamics. This unique positioning puts the Philippines at the crossroads of major geopolitical shifts. In the geopolitical landscape, actions often have a domino effect. Imagine, if you will, the situation where China decides to invade Taiwan. This action would not merely be a local issue, it would reverberate across the globe, creating a ripple effect of consequences. The immediate repercussions would be felt keenly by neighboring countries. The South China Sea, a crucial international waterway, would become a hotbed of tension. Countries like Vietnam, Malaysia, and Brunei, who have their own territorial claims in these waters, would be put on high alert. The potential for conflict in this region would increase dramatically, thereby threatening the stability of Southeast Asia. Internationally, this move would shake the very foundations of global politics. Countries around the world would be forced to choose sides, potentially sparking a new Cold War. The global economy would be thrown into disarray as trade routes are disrupted and international markets react to the uncertainty. And then there's the Philippines. Geographically, the Philippines sits in a strategic location, acting as a gateway between the Pacific Ocean and the South China Sea. Historically, it has enjoyed amicable relations with both China and Taiwan. However, a Chinese invasion of Taiwan would compel the Philippines to make a difficult choice. On one hand, aligning with China could mean economic benefits and a stronger relationship with a powerful neighbor. On the other hand, siding with Taiwan and its allies could preserve democratic values and international norms, but at the potential cost of straining ties with China. In addition, the Philippines would need to consider its treaty obligations. As a longtime ally of the United States, it is bound by the Mutual Defense Treaty, which could obligate it to support the US if it intervenes in defense of Taiwan. This is a complex and precarious situation, one that requires careful navigation. The ripple from this domino could reach the shores of the Philippines, compelling it to navigate these turbulent waters. In a world of geopolitical chess, nations must always be prepared for the next move. The Philippines, with its unique location and relations, is no exception. If China were to invade Taiwan, there would be a multitude of scenarios that the Philippines might find itself in. But let's focus on three key areas: diplomatic, economic, and military strategies. Diplomatically, the Philippines could find itself in a delicate balancing act. On one hand, it is a long-time ally of the United States, with shared interests in maintaining freedom of navigation and regional stability. On the other hand, it shares a complex relationship with China, where both economic opportunities and territorial disputes exist. The Philippines might have to navigate these diplomatic waters carefully, leveraging its alliances and partnerships to ensure its own security and interests. Economically, the Philippines might have to brace itself for potential fallout. The region's economic landscape could be drastically altered in the wake of a Chinese invasion of Taiwan. Considering that China is one of the Philippines' largest trading partners, the economic repercussions could be significant. The country might have to diversify its economic partnerships, ramp up domestic industries, and seek to insulate itself from potential economic shocks. On the military front, the Philippines could face mounting pressure to beef up its defense capabilities. With territorial disputes in the South China Sea, heightened tensions could lead to a renewed focus on military readiness. This could mean increased spending on defense, stronger alliances with other nations, and a more assertive stance on its territorial claims. In a hypothetical scenario where China invades Taiwan, the Philippines' response would be crucial. It would have to make strategic choices that balance its diplomatic, economic, and military interests. The choices it makes could have lasting impacts, not just for the Philippines, but for the entire region. The Philippines, like all nations, must be proactive in its strategies, anticipating potential geopolitical shifts. This means not just reacting to events as they unfold, but also having a clear understanding of the potential scenarios and preparing accordingly. It's about staying one step ahead in this global game of chess. The Philippines' response to a potential Chinese invasion of Taiwan goes beyond regional politics. This is not merely about one nation's reaction to a possible conflict in its neighborhood. This is about the ripples that may surge across the world's geopolitical pond. The Philippines is not just a player in this game, but a potential game changer. Let's consider the global power dynamic. The Philippines' stance could tip the scales of power in the Asia-Pacific region and, by extension, the world. As a strategic ally of the United States, its actions could influence the American presence in the region. This could affect the balance of power between the US and China, two superpowers locked in a perennial competition for influence. But it's not just about these two giants. The Philippines' response could also impact international alliances. It could either bolster the unity of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN, or expose cracks within it. It could test the strength of the Philippines' alliances with countries like Japan and South Korea. It could even shape new alliances as nations rally around shared interests. This extends to the future geopolitical landscape. The way the Philippines responds to this potential crisis could set a precedent for how smaller nations navigate the choppy waters of global politics. It could inspire other countries to stand their ground, or it could discourage them, reinforcing the narrative of might makes right. In essence, the Philippines' response to a potential Chinese invasion of Taiwan is a litmus test for the world. It's a test of the strength of international alliances, the balance of global power, and the direction of future geopolitics. It's a test of whether smaller nations can assert their sovereignty in the face of potential aggression. So you see, the implications of the Philippines' actions go far beyond its own borders. They reverberate across oceans, across continents, affecting nations near and far. In the grand scheme of things, the Philippines' response could serve as a catalyst for change in the global geopolitical landscape. From local to global, the ripple effects of geopolitical decisions can be far-reaching. As we've traversed the intricate landscape of global politics, we've shed light on the importance of geopolitics and the potential implications of a hypothetical Chinese invasion of Taiwan. We've also delved into the possible impact this could have on the Philippines, a nation that sits at the crossroads of Asia and the Pacific. We've explored the domino effect that such an event could trigger, not just for the Philippines, but for the world. The Philippines' response, as we've discussed, could be crucial in shaping the future of this scenario. As we step back to view the bigger picture, we see a web of interconnected events and decisions, each with the potential to change the course of history. As we navigate through these complex geopolitical waters, remember to stay informed and keep wondering. Subscribe for more amazing content. Don't miss out on future explorations and discoveries. Hit subscribe and ring the bell to stay updated with our new content. Your journey of wonder continues with every video. Stay connected and engaged on social media. Continue the conversation, follow us. Thank you for being a part of the Have You Ever Wondered community. Keep wondering, keep discovering. Until next time.